Welcome to another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Monday, April 6th, 2015. Let's get to it. Promoter extraordinaire and friend of RX Muscle, Jack Tittoni brought the bodybuilding world to Missouri this past weekend for the St. Louis Pro. The 212 division was dominated by an outstanding Charles Dixon, who came in at his all-time best, bigger and sharper than his Arnold Classic appearance. The women's physique crown was won by the very impressive Autumn Swanson in what was just her second pro contest. And in the bikini division, it was Brenna Martinez who narrowly edged out species nutrition athlete Sarah LeBlanc to take top honors. For more details on all the action from this past weekend in St. Louis, be sure to head over to npcnewsonline.com. In the bodybuilding world, witnessing something beyond belief is almost commonplace. But in a recent back training session, Sean Clarita pulled one of the most mind-blowing feats of strength we've probably seen all year. In the video, we watch a completely shredded Clarita 5 weeks out from the New York Pro 212 hammering out a set of dumbbell rows with an enormous 200-pound dumbbell, autographed by 8-time Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman himself. And if the sheer size of the dumbbell isn't enough to leave you awestruck, mind the fact that Clarita pulled this at a body weight of 155 pounds. If that isn't the definition of a giant killer, I don't know what is. Sean Clarita isn't the only 212 competitor heading into the New York Pro with a win on his mind. This past weekend, Guy Cisternino and his very powerful Beard of Strength released some new training footage as he prepares to take the stage for the first time in 2015. With just 5 weeks to go until showtime, Cisternino is looking impossibly thick and looks to be sporting some noticeable improvements in the upper body. Over the last few years, Cisternino has transformed himself into one of the more formidable forces in the increasingly tough 212 division. And if he shows up at his best, he certainly has a shot to notch what would be the biggest victory of his career thus far. Kevin Jordan managed to achieve something many men have tried and failed to do over the years. That is, make Jay Cutler look small. Recently, Jordan posted up a photo standing alongside the former champ, and at nearly 300 pounds, Jordan looks absolutely enormous and makes Cutler look like a mere mortal. Since earning his IFBB Pro card 2 years ago, Jordan has been in a perpetual off-season mode, with no indication about when or if we're going to see him on stage anytime in the near future. And should he decide to compete later in the year, it'll be interesting to see if his extended offseason has paid off, or, in the long layoff from the stage, will have been a major miscalculation. While Camilo Rodriguez may be the hottest athlete in the figure division right now, it isn't a far stretch to say that Candice Lewis is nipping at her heels. Lewis has ripped off second and third place finishes to kick off the year and wowed everyone in attendance at the Arnold Classic by showing up with what was clearly her all-time best, with a wasp-sized waist, round muscle bellies, and beautiful flowing lines. Lewis is one of the most dangerous competitors in figure, and it wouldn't surprise too many people to see her battling it out for a top 3 position at this year's Figure Olympia. Leone Rose earned her IFBB Pro card at the NPC Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh in 2012. The 47-year-old mother of 3 from Hollywood, Florida, had the best year of her career last year when she tied for second at the Orlando Europa Pro, placed 4th at the IFBB Titans Grand Prix, and finished 3rd at the Ultimate Warrior Classic. Rose, who's currently working with IFBB Pro Martinez Higgins, who she credits for the amazing changes in her physique, is looking to get her first pro win at the IFBB San Diego on May 2nd. Best of luck to Leonie, who's repping all us 45-plus-year-olds out there. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.